Hello everybody, this is Amy from Chateau de Rosieres and I'm coming to you today on the 2nd of October from what I affectionately call the gigantic spider room, because it's the only place in the chateau that I can't hear diggers, machines, people, sewing machines and all sorts, because we've got quite a house full at the moment. I've had a break from my computer and I came back to it and there were an awful lot of messages from you guys saying, where are you? Hope you're okay. How did Emma's swim go? And I realised I owed you a catch up. And we have lots of videos coming your way. It's not that we haven't been doing anything. We have been doing stuff, filming stuff, but in part because we're so busy, we couldn't edit stuff. And so there's quite a lot of videos coming your way as soon as we've got the time for that, which should be hopefully Wednesday and Saturday this week, and then Wednesday and Saturday next week for the two channels, the Lost Gardens of Chateau de Rosieres and the Chronicles of Chateau de Rosieres. And over on Lost Gardens, we've got videos coming up on the planting of the vineyard and on the start of a very special greenhouse project. It's not the greenhouse project that you're all waiting for with the 19th century spiral staircased Kew Gardens style one, but it's another one that's a historic building and a historic greenhouse being merged together that I'm really looking forward to showing you, and we've been working very hard on. And there's also over here on the Chronicles of Chateau de Rosieres, we have, I think I've got chocolate around my mouth. That'll teach me to have a little sneaky square of chocolate before I come and talk to you. Back to being professional. Over here on the Chronicles of Chateau de Rosieres, we've been moving on with the coach house after a short summer break. To spend time with the kids and visit family and things, and it's going so well. It's really cool. I've got lots to show you about, lots of other things still coming. Oh great, one of the gigantic spiders is on the move. I may back into the other room. But we've also got a big thing happening this weekend. It's our Patreon weekend. Now, because we are a little channel and a little Patreon group, we are able to offer each year at the moment a weekend rather than just a Patreon day. So we just get anybody who's mad enough to be part of our little community is invited to come and stay here with us for the weekend for free. And we have a right knees up and a big tour, and Marc drives people around far too fast in our off-road vehicle on the paths, and we cook meals together, and we just generally have an absolutely lovely time. But the chateau's in a bit of a mess, so I'm going to be spending a lot of this week cleaning because it's all a bit chaotic here. You know, I've gone on about this when everyone asks about why we don't have a constant army of volunteers here. Firstly, it's, have you seen the price of food? It costs quite a lot to have people. But secondly, it's also that we have one bathroom to share. And if it'd be all right if it was me and Marc, because we're reasonably well bathroom trained now, reasonably well. But we have two very small children who do not fully understand that they don't need every single toy in the bath with them every night, that they don't need to spread these everywhere, and they don't need to throw their clothes all over the place. So sharing a bathroom with us can be a trial. So those who are brave enough to come here will be rewarded with, I think we're having a saddle of deer on Saturday night that one of our gorgeous patrons, Peter, is bringing from Switzerland. And so, yeah, so I'm busy preparing for that. And I was just thinking back to our Patreon weekend of last year, where we were huddled in front of a stove, and it was actually earlier in the year, earlier in September, and it was very autumnal. And now it's beautiful sunshine. We had to put our sun cream on again for a walk on Sunday, and it's 26, 27 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's warm. It's summer clothes again, warm. But apparently that's all going to drop on Wednesday, so maybe we'll be all back in our woolies by the weekend. A lot of you have been asking me how Emma's swim went, and I apologise if you hadn't realised. I kept it very updated on Facebook and Instagram, and I did, you had the live tracker, but she did it. Emma did it. It's amazing. And now she's out in Malawi with my brother, and they have been spending the money that you guys gave them to great effect. And I want to update you fully on that in an upcoming video. Got some great stuff. It was amazing and pretty emotional watching her do this swim, because the great people in her boat live streamed a lot of it on Facebook, so we were able to see her as she was going along, and it was quite an incredible feat. So I can't wait to show you that. Clement is back to school. In France they have to go to school from 3, and he's 3.5 now, so he's up to doing 4 mornings a week. They've been very good at letting him gradually increase, because he's a shy little boy and he's loving it. And we had some of his friends around at the weekend, which was very nice. The big thing is that threw us out a little bit, otherwise I'd have more videos for you now and I'd be further on with the coach house. Marc broke his ribs, at least one rib again, and he did it a very noble cause. We've been trying to recuperate a large playhouse for the kids to put outside. I'll be able to show you a bit of that in an upcoming video too. It belonged to a friend of his from school's family who were moving. Her grandfather had made it, and they were moving house and couldn't take it with them, and so they said, would we like it? And it's very large and very heavy, and we had to go quite a long way to get it. And poor old Marc, when there were all of us lifting it off the trailer, but one of his ribs snapped as he did it. So that put him out of action for a while, and we already had people planned in to come and do things for us and with us, and so I had to take over with that, and I did such heavy work that I ended up slightly injuring myself as well. And I also started doing a lot of sport recently, because I was determined to carve out a bit of time for me to get fit and healthy. And so yeah, this last few days we've been all feeling a tiny bit broken, but all very good. Juliette continues as her normal indomitable self. And Margot's still doing fabulous work helping me out. We've also got a young man from Argentina who contacted us to say could he come and spend some time with us. We weren't actively looking for anybody, but he's come and is going very well, and he loves playing the piano. So it's a little like being in a hotel lobby where somebody's always playing the piano. It's wonderful. We have our own music system, just someone playing the piano all day and evening. I mean, obviously he's doing some work as well, but he's helping Marc with the greenhouse. And then we had one of our Patreons come a bit early to do some very special projects with us this week, to do with painting in the coach house, and not just slapping paint on, but some detailed painting. And I'm really looking forward to sharing with you what he's getting up to this week. We've had big progress on the sewage. Can't wait to show you that either. My goodness, we might need to do a video marathon. But the great thing is that Margot's getting really good at editing, and so she can really help me out with this. But yes, I thought it was time I just gave you a quick update on what's going on, tell you we're all alive and we're all well and sort of in one piece. Yeah, I'm just going to finish this with a few shots of what it looks like at the moment, because it's just beautiful out there, and things are so green and only just starting to turn for autumn. And I went for a run down the driveway the other day, don't know what possessed me, first thing on a Sunday morning, and one of the horse chestnuts was actually back in flower. Now normally by this time of the year, because they have a slight disease, our horse chestnuts, even early in August the leaves curl up and die, but they're all bright green and it's absolutely beautiful. And yeah, and it's back in flower, so very happy. It's beautiful weather, We live in paradise, and yeah, little bit of pain, little bit broken, but in general all is good, and I can't wait to share all sorts of things with you in the coming weeks. Oh, and I vowed to get better at Patreon, both telling you about it and updating everything in there. Normally my videos on there are just a bit like this, but maybe 20 to 30 minutes of it talking about what's going on here, the local gossip, the everything. But Margot and I have started a series of more in-depth videos, including a huge upholstery project we've taken on with zero upholstery experience. And so we're going to be following that over on Patreon. And for those of you who don't know, we have very, very low entry model for Patreon, so it can be just as low as €2 a month. If you want to have more videos from us, it can be as few as 1 video a month. It can be as many as 8 videos a month. I'm going to try and get more regular with that, but I hope most people seem to enjoy what we put on there, and it's a really lovely little community, so don't hesitate to come and join us. But until my next video, which will be us actually doing stuff and not me just whittering on, have a lovely week, and I wish you all very, very well. That our trusty kitchen oven finally gave up the ghost this week and started smoking, not just from food, and tripping switches and screaming at us. And we felt rather than burn the whole chateau down, we would finally lay it to rest. So here it sits in the grass by the back door, waiting to go to the dump.